See Steve in season 1, you're like, that guy's gonna get killed off.
Steve Harrington, the most beloved character of the entire show. But was he even supposed to live past season 1?
No. No!
I don't remember that Steve was gonna die.
I'm pretty sure he was gonna die earlier.
Steve was clearly meant to die in season 1. But after meeting Joe Keery and seeing his undeniable charisma, the Duffer Brothers decided not to.
It's not like we're making it all up as we go along, but the characters and the actors and everyone who works on the show informs what we're doing.
So in order to keep Steve, they had to rewrite his part while filming, and the result is nothing short of brilliant. When we first meet Steve, he is your typical high school asshole, the jock, dating all the girls and hanging out with the douchebags. Steve might act douchey, but he always does it with a hint of flair.
How about this? How about every time that you get something right, I have to take off an item of clothing, but every time that you get something wrong...
Pass.
Oh, come on.
No.
Come on, and it'll be fun.
No.
Ooh, it's boiling points.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's not what you said.
And let's face it, this actor, he is absolutely killing it. He gives Steve so much more depth than your normal high school jock. Zac Efron. When season 1 starts, Steve is currently involved in some kind of relationship with Nancy.
Okay, I'm telling you, it was a one-time, two-time thing.
You were saying?
And like Nancy points out to Steve, she is not like the other girls.
I'm not Lori, or Amy, or Becky.
You mean you're not a slut?
Nancy is different to Steve, and you can catch that Steve actually likes this girl.
He was acting weird. I mean, something's wrong.
So what? You're worried about her?
Jonathan is looking for Will, but what he stumbles upon is a party at Steve's house, where Steve is trying hard to impress Nancy, chugging a beer and lighting up a cigarette, looking like your typical high school king, King Steve.
Is that supposed to impress me?
You're not?
And while all this is going down, Jonathan, having stumbled upon this, keeps watching from the bushes. One thing leads to another, and they all end up in Steve's pool. Jonathan seems to have forgotten his younger brother, because he keeps taking pictures of them in the pool and of Nancy changing in Steve's room. The next day, while Jonathan is developing last night's pictures, another student catches a glimpse of them and immediately recognizes the invasive nature and decides to tip off Steve. Steve and his gang confronts Jonathan in the parking lot. When Tommy grabs Jonathan's bag and has a look at the pictures, the gang gets their suspicions confirmed. And while Steve is right about the creepy nature of the pictures, his tone comes across mocking and condescending.
Man, that's the thing about perverts. It's hardwired into them, you know, they just can't help themselves.
And he definitely overreacts when he takes Jonathan's camera and destroys it against the concrete. While this is definitely not Steve's most charming moment, a simple misunderstanding is about to make it worse. Steve discovers Nancy and Jonathan together through a window, seeing them in what appears to be an intimate or close moment. Feeling betrayed and hurt by what he perceives as Nancy cheating on him, Steve reacts impulsively and emotionally. In his blind anger, Steve goes to the local movie theater and spray paints something inappropriate. When Nancy finds out about the graffiti, she confronts Steve. What starts as a verbal argument between Steve and Nancy transforms into a physical altercation between Steve and Jonathan, caused entirely by Steve's shit-talking and unnecessary provoking of Jonathan.
I'm surprised what happened to your brother. I'm sorry I have to be the one to tell you, but the Byers, their family is a disgrace to the entire team.
So there you have it. Steve's lowest point of the entire series. There is nothing likable about Steve's behavior. However, it does seem like getting his ass kicked by Jonathan is exactly what Steve needs. In a moment of clarity, Steve realizes he has been wrong and that his friends are a bunch of douchebags, not worth his time. Later that day, Steve drives over to Jonathan's house to say sorry, and unexpectedly, Nancy opens the door.
Steve, listen.
Nancy.
You need to leave.
No, I'm not trying to start anything, okay?
I don't care.
What Steve does not know is that Jonathan and Nancy is in the middle of luring out the Demogorgon, which complicates his apology. And instead of explaining the situation to Steve, they try a different approach.
You have 5 seconds to get out of here.
Okay, it's a joke. Stop. Put the
I'm
gun
doing
down.
this for you.
Hold on.
The Demogorgon shows up and chases them into Jonathan's room before it eventually disappears. Then Steve calmly tries to understand the situation.
This is crazy. This is actually crazy. This is 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 crazy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you insane?
Afterwards, Nancy convinces him to leave. In typical Steve fashion, he complies and makes the brave choice to run to his car. But just as he is about to leave, he realizes that the Demogorgon is back. This just in. Steve just found his balls. In other news, does fish sticks make you gay? After saving the day, Steve has officially completed his redemption arc. He has went from a high school asshole to the unlikely hero. And somehow, he keeps getting cooler with every season, unlike a certain creep. I guess the good guy got the girl in the end.
I plan on plastering this pervert's face everywhere. You can run, but you cannot hide.